will be built from scratch. As you can see, all in different cities, just for you to have a look, a feel for it. But talking about those changes, I'm going to just go over quickly the pictures just for you to have an idea. In Rio, for example, what you hear about the stuff, in the total 14 million people live around the surrounding metropolitan area. Here's some of those buildings. Some will be retrofitted, some will be built from the beginning of the whole constructions. But you can see, yes, Rio is a beautiful city. There's a lot of problems of infrastructure. There's a lot of problems of slums. We have a lot of problems of drug lords inside the slums. There's all those issues to be dealing with. And moving to put all this together. Look very beautiful, those pictures, how they're going to be looking nice. I'm still thinking, how are we going to do that? But one thing is very good thing to think about is to look in terms of the example of South Africa. Then you can learn from that. You're observing a lot of that. But then just to go in quick about that, what's underway in Brazil? And thinking about what I talk about, the Olympics, why I was having that question about Olympics. Because sometimes you come with all this infrastructure influence, projects that already been planned before. There was for studies made to improve quality of life or things like that. Sometimes it's put in the back burner because it's priority to create routes and transition to the major stations, which sometimes is not close where the factories are or the normal intertrain people, places where people live. That means can be very disruptive too. And we have some examples of some countries because I live in Toronto. Part of my time, I work for the city of Toronto for 22 years. I was also a bureaucrat too. But what happened is, you see Montreal took years to pay the debt. But because of things of how you plan, how you involve people in that process, then this kind of the good pieces of happening. With Sue, David, we're starting talking about how to work with the Confederation of Municipalities in Brazil, the National Confederation of Municipalities, and those are the discussions. It's great that you guys coming to Brazil next year. And then we're already developing a new guide for transportation for municipalities. What we're going to try to do is to bring, because the cinema has this power to bring people together, mayors, specific councillors. And we try to use this, being the rock stars of smart, to come in and talk and bring this new guide for mobility. And also sometimes we're going to be launching our traffic guide. And make them talk about it, because the same thing we mentioned here about Cape Town. They went there, they talk, people listen to it, start to think differently. And then I have the venue, which is the Confederation, to continue the education and the workshops and pass that information. If you guys have any more questions after, I will be around, and then I can talk more about it. There's a lot of things that are happening in Brazil, but I don't have enough time now in order to hold anything. And here are some of the contacts or the strengths right timing now, because we can sit at the table for the discussions about the Olympics and the World Cup. That's the right time now. Then I think it's great you guys going there in the beginning of next year, because we can start connecting with those people. To bring the systems approach to the process that promote inclusion and accessibility, because that's not on the table either. The strength to incorporate mobility issues with existing agendas. What I mean, when I'm talking about the agendas, because there's a lot of groups and environmentalists try to push the agendas, but how we can combine this in this process, and identify which role we would like to play in this game. Is up to you to decide if you want to be part of that. You can talk to me, I'll be around, then I can talk to you about some possibilities that there is in Brazil. And that's about it. It is some of the contacts of people in Brazil, and also my contacts there too. Okay, thank you.